The good news is that we got through New Year's with no injuries and minimal property damage. The bad news is that the mix-up has brought us some bad publicity. Mad Magazine has named us one of the 10 stupidest towns in America. Any press is good press, right? Some of us would like to be known for something besides stupidity. Was that remark directed at me? He didn't mean you, Rebecca. Maybe this relentless quest to attract tourists is proving counterproductive. I don't think we should give up so easily. If anyone has any ideas for an event, don't be afraid to speak up. I have an idea. You've heard of Renaissance festivals? Yes, those are really popular. We should stage a Renaissance festival. Every city has a Renaissance festival. We should have something different, something new, something original. Okay, we're officially in suspense. Spit it out. How about instead of a Renaissance festival, a Reformation festival? The attendees can be sorted into Protestants and Catholics, and we can hold contests between the teams. Lame. I have to agree with Simon. It doesn't have to be Catholics and Protestants. We can have all kinds of heresies. Dinosaurs can join up as Monophysites, Arians, Docetists, Nestorians, Sabellians, Cathars, Waldensians. As merry as a festival centered around theology and contention might be, after that whole dodgeball fiasco we've learned to avoid events that end up in brawling. And that whole white power thing is completely unacceptable. No, you don't understand. Arius was a 3rd century... No one cares, dickhead. Now the Reformation may not be the best theme, but I'm sure we can come up with a fun alternative to the Renaissance. Like what? Recently I've been reading a lot of John Galsworthy novels, and it seems to me that an Edwardian Festival might be great fun. Do they do jousting? They didn't joust, but they did shoot a lot of pheasants. We could have an attraction where pheasants fly by and we shoot them down with a shotgun. You're proposing to have pheasants at this thing and set them loose? That's it. I'm not coming. We'll have to have some pheasants at this thing, Andy, and you're in the critter business. Do you know where we can buy some? Certainly not. He's so scared of birds he doesn't even stock canaries in his stupid pet store. Of course not. They're yellow. What proper sort of bird is yellow? Chickens are yellow when they're little. Really? And what happens to them later? I'm not sure, but I'm quite positive they're yellow when they first come out of the egg. Birds are weird. I can't believe they're related to us. I don't really want us to kill any pheasants. Maybe we can just have regular skeet shooting. Clay targets only. Sorry, but as sheriff I'm going to have to rule out anything involving firearms. If we cause so much mayhem with a bunch of baseballs, I'm not handing out shotguns. Did they pig out and stuff themselves in Edwardian days? Oh yes, the wealthy sat down to enormous elaborate feasts with 15 or more courses. Venison, mutton, apple cider pork, blood pudding. Pizza? Not really, no, but historical accuracy isn't everything. I'm sure we can work something out. What about those huge turkey legs? Everybody loves those huge turkey legs. Sure, why not? This sounds pretty good. Marion, can you organize this? Just to be clear, I don't want any teams, gangs, tribes, or factions. Well, if it isn't my busy beaver, or rather my busy Dilophosaurus, it looks pretty good. Thanks, it did take a lot of work. Sorry I couldn't be here to help, but that new Avengers, Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean crossover came out today. Well, you can spend some of those profits on me. That'll make you feel better. I see Helen is selling pizza slices. She never loses an opportunity to make money. She'd make more if her pizza place was open at night. Does she turn into a pumpkin or something when the sun goes down? Afternoon, Helen. I see you're selling pizza slices. Don't worry, they're authentic Edwardian pizza. Mutton. It looks just like regular pepperoni. Have you ever had mutton? No. Well, it looks and tastes just like pepperoni. I have trouble keeping these mammals straight. Mutton, is that goat? No, it's sheep. Then what do they call goat? They call it goat. Okay, I'm hungry. How much for a slice? $5. I know you're the only food around, but seriously, $5 for one slice? Don't worry, it's on me. We'll have to find some more food vendors to drive her prices down. Barney was going on and on about those big turkey legs. You want that idiot cooking and serving turkey outdoors? Well, we definitely don't want to turn this into a salmonella festival. What's with the traffic barriers? Nothing good, I'm sure. So what are you fellows up to? We're jousting. We've covered this. The Edwardians didn't joust. We felt that this would be too much fun to pass up. Are those pool cues? No. They still have chalk on the tips. Jousting lances are designed to shatter on impact. You two are going to kill each other. It'll be fine. Yes, it will, because I'm confiscating your lances. They're going back on the pool table at the Pheasant Plucker. Come over here, we're putting on a play. It looks pretty fancy. The Globe Theatre. Andy, this was supposed to be the Savoy. And what's with the costumes? We were talking it over and we may have changed things a little. But we're still doing Man and Superman, aren't we? Most of the cast weren't that excited about putting on something by George Bernard Shaw, so we switched to something else. Switched to what? Ivanhoe. So the Middle Ages again. Knights and swords and wenches in low-cut bodices have a lot more popular appeal. Anne Whitefield was a temptress. A temptress. Sorry, but we already have the sets made up and everybody's in costume and rehearsed. There won't be any actual fighting in this, will there? No, just a clash of personalities. That'll be acceptable. I can't believe they changed it without asking me. That was pretty low, but you've been busy. Don't make excuses for him. I'm sure things will get better. And what's this, Simon? This was supposed to be the grand staircase and the dining saloon of the Titanic. Didn't you look at the pictures I sent you? Yes, I did. And those rooms were huge and ornate. How am I supposed to put together an enormous staircase and a 100-foot long dining saloon complete with 24 gold columns all in 3 days? But this is just some kind of shack. It's a wooden tool shed I got from Home Depot, and I mounted it so it heaves up and down, and I have these buckets hung up on pulleys that douse you with salt water. Whatever for? To replicate the sinking, of course. This was supposed to recreate the opulence of the Gilded Age, not to toss folks up and down and splash them with cold water. The first group through all loved it. They said it was just like being in the movie. It does sound like you asked for an awful lot in a very short time. I guess. It's just so different from what I imagined. Do you have anything for kids? Yes, I've set Rebecca up as a storyteller. Well, that's nice. Hey there, Rebecca, how's it going? Oh, terrific. The kids love it. Oh, really? What's the book? Howard's End. E.M. Forster's tale of 3 families struggling with the constraints of class and convention in... No, sorry. I started with that, but it was just so boring, so I picked something else instead. Oh, and what did you pick? It's called Beowulf. It has a monster in it and everything. I've been working on my growl. Beowulf is an Edwardian. Every time I turn around, the Middle Ages. Honey, I think you're kind of stuck on this whole Edwardian thing. As long as everybody has fun and nobody goes to the emergency room, I think we can consider this festival a success. But there was a theme. They're all straying from the theme. Oh, great. And what's this now? What in Wash's name do you have going on here? Over here we have the Sabellians. They deny the Trinity and believe that the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost are 3 aspects of God rather than distinct persons. And over here we have the Nestorians, who believe that the human and divine persons of Christ are separate, and that Mary was the mother of the man Jesus, but not the mother of God. Again, this is supposed to be an Edwardian festival, not a Reformation festival, but here you are, back at it with your heretics. We said no groups or factions. I'm more concerned that you've set folks to fighting again. It's just a friendly tug-of-war. It's not violent at all. You said it yourself, as long as everybody has fun and nobody gets hurt. I suppose. So what team do you want to be on? I don't know. What team do you want to be on? Personally, I've always felt the lure of Sabellianism. Then I'll be a Nestorian. As long as I get to pull you into the mud, I'll be happy. Congratulations, your Edwardian festival was a big hit. It didn't turn out to be very Edwardian, but that's all right. I guess I got a little carried away with the theme. The good news is that we raised money, nobody went to the hospital, and there were some out-of-town visitors, and we didn't frighten them or drive them away. And I got to pull Henry into the mud face first.